I want to welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. What's up, peoples? How you doing? It is a great day, and we have an amazing author on the show today. I am just so excited to have him. And Mr. Willis is here today with 3 degrees are gone, and I hope I said that right.
3 degrees and gone. Right.
Woo-hoo. So tell me about this. Did you obviously know you were going to be a writer from a young age?
I started writing when I was in college, and I came back to it 70 years later, 60 years later. Whatever.
Wow. Wow. So, okay. So why the hiatus? Was it just life?
Living life, doing the things I had to do, raising children, the whole thing.
Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. So did it surprise you that you were like so motivated to write a book again?
No, I found myself with a lot of time on my hands. I had to fill it with something, so I write books, paint pictures, and just have a good time doing it.
Awesome. Awesome. So, okay. So tell me about your book writing. I want to know about this.
Well, I don't know. I kind of grab a hook, some kind of idea, and start with that and try to write a book about it. And
Nice.
of course, this one is about the environment and what's going to impact us on us, and takes place 60 years in the future, and things are kind of going downhill with it. People are being chased away from the ocean because land is being flooded, and they're all looking for some place to go and what to do. And so it's a story of migrants, really.
Wow. Wow. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, it is scary.
It really is. And I mean, you wrote a book about it, so you're going to give me nightmares tonight.
Well, yeah, I'm writing one new one right now about it. So,
it's definitely. Oh, wow. Wow. It's definitely scary. Wow. Wow. Okay. So tell me why this book though? Why did you choose to write this book?
well, partly because my worry about what's happening with the climate, partly because I like to write books, and it seemed like something that was exciting to write about. And as I say, I get a hook and write a book about the hook, and the hook on this thing was climate change.
Wow.
So,
wow. What really like stands out about climate change for you that you really kind of like focused on in the book?
well, I was worried about Congress not doing anything about it. They finally passed something after all these years, just the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But we weren't doing anything. We're just sitting on our heels, and so
Yeah.
it's really worrisome that nobody's really recognized that it's serious. Just been going along as if nothing's happening, and something is happening. So it's worse.
Definitely, definitely. You know, I always say that there is a passion behind the book. What is the passion that you had behind this book and the urgency to get it out to the public?
Well, I don't know that it was that much passion. It was just an idea what's going to happen to people if this happens. Where do you go? What do you do when you haven't got your home anymore and you're not wealthy? And what do you do?
Yeah. When money doesn't matter and doesn't make sense anymore, what do you do?
This one's really about the people who have a little money, and just like the Mexicans are doing today, they hire a coyote to get them across the border to Canada, and Canada doesn't want us. They got the same barriers that we now have along the Mexican border. So that's the fear for the future.
Wow. So tell me a little bit about this book. You know, when people read this, is this more like to life, or is it? I know you're set into the future, but you're saying, is it totally fiction, or is this your synopsis of what is going to happen if we continue to go down this road?
Yeah, it's kind of my idea what's going to happen, but of course it is total fiction too, so not reality. But on this thing, I picture parts of 3 families that come together, gathered together by somebody who's going to get them across the Canada border. They pay for it, and then we follow them trying to actually do that. And like the coyotes in Mexico, they just leave the poor people on their own and tell them to get across, and things go wrong. Some of them get captured, some of them get injured. A lot of things happen to them, and becomes a rough life and a real adventure.
Wow. Wow. That to me just speaks volumes. I mean, because it's happening today, like you said, it's
Right.
happening right now
It
at this
is happening.
moment in time.
Right.
And just
So
for
that,
all of us to be in that situation, that's
that's
crazy.
right. So it's not really imagination in that sense because it is happening now. And
Hmm.
I'm just picturing it happening again, but on a different border to a different set of people. People right now who are trying to understand the poor Mexicans, and suddenly we become them.
Yeah.
And
Huh. Huh. Wow. It's kind of hard to not picture a life of hardship being ethnically challenged, I should say, or however you want to say it. It's it's always been a challenge for me, and I totally understand the Mexicans. My husband's Cuban, so I understand that plight.
sure,
I understand that completely, and to see that you know, people like my husband and like the Mexicans, they are, I wouldn't say like, I'm not trying to be mean or rude. I'm just saying that they know the struggle a
sure,
lot better
sure.
than say per se me or that doesn't understand the struggle or someone else that doesn't understand the struggle. So when they go into this, like those three families, what kind of turbulence are they gonna come across that's probably gonna break them?
Well, I think it's a turbulence that this country hasn't known since the Dust Bowl. And, you know, I am not in a position really to understand it as thoroughly as I would like to. So it's my imagination, but I wish I really had more of an understanding so I could really write from a truer point of view, do my best I can. But
Mhm.
uh, that's it. That's what my life is.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Wow. So I want to thank you so much for being on the show. When you think about this, what do you want to happen? Like, with our politicians, with the people, what should happen? How can we either slow this down or stop it altogether?
Well, obviously, the Congress has got to do what it just started doing, but it's just a small uh, chip in the whole block. Uh, and all the countries of the world have got to do it. So that's going to be a major problem. Um, can they solve it? I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of it's almost inevitable now, and that's very sad to think that, but it is. And I think the people who live along the oceans and so forth have got to think about it. Uh, do you want to stay there? You want to really live there and fight it? You got small islands in the Chesapeake Bay now that are going to go underwater any day now, practically. It's coming, and people have got to recognize and be ready for it. And nobody's thinking about it. It's just the way it is.
Wow. Wow. Well, I want to
Well,
thank you.
that's a gloomy look.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you so. Okay, so your book, tell people where they can find it.
Well, it's online and Amazon and Barnes and Noble and so forth. Actually, it's probably off the market very temporarily right now, but we'll be back on very shortly.
Mm, I got it. And I am looking at it. There is a couple of, I think that Amazon says it has a couple of good books, very good books there. They're used. And so you might want to go ahead and get that. I mean, literally speaking, this is truth to fiction. It's not something that's not going to happen unless we can really go put the brakes on really, really fast and kind of reverse everything. But like you said, it might just be inevitable, and your story just might be a story that might be played out in the
Uh,
future.
I hope it wakes up a few people. We'll see.
I hope not. I hope not. I can't imagine it. I don't want to go through that. But if you have to, humanity has to survive. So
That's right. That's right.
yeah, yeah. Well, I want to thank you, Mr. Willis, for being on the show. We're gonna
Well,
have
thank
all of
you.
the Thank you. We're going to have all of his information in the description box below, as well as his book has now been added to our book club on Amazon. And I will put that link in the description box below, just in case you want to go to Amazon and get it. But like he said before, there's only a few used books, but then it'll come back online pretty soon. So I thank you so much, Mr. Willis, again, for being on the show.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. And thank you guys so much. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to dare to be different, and you talk to your politicians, and let's see if we can reverse this. Let's do something, guys. Let's not just sit around and wait for it to happen. Definitely don't want to live that life. All right, guys. Until next time. Bye.
Yeah.
I did.